Hey Fit Lab, Coach Bree here giving you the whiteboard breakdown for Monday, July 20th. Today we'll need a barbell for our work. If you don't have a barbell, we can substitute a dumbbell or a kettlebell, also for all of our work today. For your warm-up, we're going to start with 3 rounds. We're going to need a 200-meter jog. When you get back, you're going to be 10 bootstrap squats. Remember those bootstrap squats, my toes are going just a little bit out, heels are just outside of my hips. Grabbing my toes, stretching out my hamstrings, and then pulling myself down and standing back up. After those standing, you're going to need 8 glute bridges. For those glute bridges, we're walking those feet down on the ground, pressing our hands on the ground, squeezing our glutes up to the top, coming back down. After 8 of those reps, we're going to move into 6 down dog to cobra. For those down dogs, I'm going to pull those hips up high, see if you can get those heels down onto the floor, and then I'm going to push myself through into a cobra, stretching out here, back to that down dog. When we finish those 3 rounds, we're going to get into our squat work. So this will be week 1 of our squat work. We're going to spend some time working on our mobility and some time under load. For that squat therapy, I want you to give me 2 rounds, starting with 1 minute of right leg lizard. For that lizard, I'm stepping that left leg back, right leg forward. Rest my hips down on the ground. That knee can go out, heel stays on the ground, and then I'm going to just get as low as I can. Hang out here for 1 minute. After that 1 minute, I'm going to switch to the other side. Going to the left leg lizard. Pressing those hips down to the ground, pressing that knee out, heel stays on the ground, and getting low. After 1 minute there, I'm going to get into a frog position, so I'm going to hold this one for 2. You might want to put a towel or ab mat underneath your knees. Sometimes that bothers some people. I want to make sure heel lines up with my knee. I'm going to send my hips to the back wall. So I'm going to get on my elbows and just press my hips back, hanging out here for 2 minutes. As we get loose, we may be able to move a little bit further back. After 2 minutes, you're going to be 10 sumo squats. So I'm going to go really wide here in the sumo squat, go low, hold for a second, and then standing on up. You're going to give me 2 rounds of that. When we finish that, we're going to get into our loaded work. For our loaded work, we're doing front squats, 3 rounds, 20 reps each time, and we're looking at about 35% of your 1 rep max. If you don't have that number, we're looking for something that's difficult for 20 unbroken reps, but you can still accomplish that work. If you don't have a barbell, we can grab a dumbbell or kettlebell for a goblet squat, or we can do 2 times the number of air squats. Let's just make sure we're driving those elbows up and through. I want the elbow pointing to the opposite wall if possible. Whole time, even at the bottom, we're not dropping down, pushing that chest up and standing up. Using a dumbbell or a kettlebell, you can hold that dumbbell here, or if it's kettlebell, you hold it here, down at the bottom of that squat, and standing on up. When you finish that work, we're going to get into our Metcon for today. Metcon is Nancy. Nancy's 5 rounds, 400-meter run. When you get back, you're going to be 15 overhead squats. So if you have that barbell, you can load it up to 95, 65. For RX, the goal is something you can do in 1 to 2 sets every single time. Let's focus on locking that barbell over our ears, shoulders, hips, middle of our foot. We're not going to let it drift back behind us or move in front of us. We want to lock it up overhead, lock in those lats, going down to the bottom of our squat, and standing up. If you don't have a barbell, you can use a dumbbell. Alternate hands as needed, locking the dumbbell or kettlebell up overhead, going to the bottom of the squat and standing up, or bringing it to that front rack position and squatting here.